Hello students, welcome to my science classes. As you know, small steps lead to big successes in life. Today we will take a small topic, that is tissues. First of all, we all know that all living things are made up of cells. All living things are made up of cells. In the previous class, we have done what is a cell and what are the components of a cell. Now the big question is that all living organisms are made up of cells. If our body has millions of cells, then do all these cells do the same job? Do all these millions of cells do the same job? The answer is a big no. We know that in our body, different cells have different shapes. Different cells have different shapes. Sizes and different functions. When similar cells work together, when similar cells work together, to perform a particular function, to perform a particular function, they form a tissue. When in a building, we see that there are different types of works. When a building is constructed, we see there are different types of works going on simultaneously. Like some laborers, they work for making the walls with the bricks. Some laborers, they do the work of painting. Some are very expert in doing plaster. Some laborers do the work of electricity. Some do the work of water connections. They are plumbers. So we say, while making a building, different laborers are doing different functions. Now there is not only one laborer to make walls. Like one who makes walls is called a mason. Only one mason is not enough to make a wall, make the walls of all the multi-story buildings. There are a group of masons always who do the work collectively. In the same way, in our body, a single cell cannot do a particular function. Similar cells, they join. Similar cells work together to perform a particular function. So, when similar cells work together to form to perform a particular function, they form a tissue. So I think it's very clear that what is a tissue. Let's now understand what are tissues, what the tissues are like, and what are the main types of tissues found in human body. Today we will talk about only animal tissues. A human being is also a type of animal. No? So in these all tissues, names of the tissues found in animals are muscular tissue, epithelial tissue. First one is epithelial tissue. Second is connective tissue. Third is muscular tissue. Fourth is nervous tissue. And the fifth is blood tissue. We have to remember that different tissues perform different functions, but all work together to keep our body alive and healthy. The same way as the mason, the painter, the plumber, the electrician, they all are doing their different functions, but they all work together to keep the building, to make the building and to make it ready to live in. In the same way, different tissues perform different functions, but all work together to keep our body alive and healthy. The first type of tissue, if we talk about epithelial tissue, its structure is of this type. The cells are a bit elongated and there is a nucleus in between, like this. Here, these are epithelial tissues, the nucleus here and cytoplasm here. What is the function of epithelial tissue? It covers the outer surface of the body. So this is the outer surface of our body. Here, this is all epithelial tissue. And it lines the internal organs and body cavities. Like it forms the lining of the lungs. It forms the lining of the liver. Of all internal organs, it forms the outer lining and inner lining of this intestine. So, it must be very much clear to you what is the function of epithelial tissue. It protects, absorbs and secretes. It protects our body from outer harms with the help of this outer lining on the skin. It absorbs. In some places in our body, it absorbs things from the body cavity. There are many villi in our intestine where the lining absorbs the digested food. And in some places it secretes, like in the nasal region, it secretes some mucus. For example, skin, lining of mouth and intestine and all other organs inside our body. The next tissue is connective tissue. This is the diagram. Connective tissue, when you will study in higher classes, you will study that it's of different types and different shapes. But here we have drawn like this. Elongated spindle type cells with nucleus in the center and cytoplasm. What is the function of connective tissue? So, what is the function of connective tissue? It connects, supports and binds different parts of the body. Examples of connective tissue are bone, blood, cartilage, tendon, ligament and fat. Next, third type of tissue is muscular tissue, where in the muscles of our limbs, of our hind limbs, there are all muscles. They help in movement of body parts. They can contract and relax. Contract means squeeze and relax means they come to the their own size after some time. Examples are skeletal muscles, smooth muscles, and cardiac muscles. Cardiac muscles are found only in heart and they are specialized to work for heart throughout the lifetime. The heart doesn't get tired. Then we talk about nervous tissue. In our body, it's very important tissue and highest developed in human beings. It receives and transmits messages, helps in coordination and control of body activities. Examples are neurons or nerve cells. This is very important to draw the diagram of a neuron. A neuron has this type of shape. Here is a nucleus and here is a long axon which is outlined, and here there are dendrites or nerve endings. So this is the diagram of a neuron which transmits messages from the brain. It transmits orders from the brain to the muscular organ, whether it has to move or not, and it takes the message from organ to brain. From brain it takes order to the organ, and from organs it takes messages to the brain. This is the diagram of a neuron. The fifth type of the tissue, and it's very important, not the least, it's the best, blood tissue. Blood tissue, whenever you prick your finger, blood of red color comes out. It's a type of connective tissue. This which we've already studied in the second part here. Blood is not a new type, it's a type of connective tissue. It transports substances like oxygen, digestive nutrients, hormones, and removes waste products from our body. The blood takes waste blood from all over the body to the kidneys. There are 2 kidneys in our body. The waste products are taken to those kidneys and then the waste products are thrown out through the urethra. And these are very important functions of the blood tissue. Again, let's revise. Blood tissue is a type of connective tissue itself, transports substances like oxygen from lungs to all parts of the body, Nutrients, all nutrients digested in the small intestine. Here, this is the small intestine. Here, from this small intestine, all nutrients are taken to all parts of the body, and all toxic, poisonous substances are removed from our body. This is a very important function of blood, because if waste products remain inside the body, they may cause death due to the waste materials present in them. And another type of connective tissue is lymph. Lymph is just blood minus RBCs. Lymph is colorless, and lymph is very important to bathe the tissues. Means when there are tissues, cells here, and in between there are places, gaps here. In the gaps, the lymph is there. This lymph fills all the gaps. So, and blood flows in blood vessels, arteries and veins. Arteries, they carry blood from lungs to all parts of the body, and it is red. They appear to be red because it is oxygenated blood or pure blood. But veins, they are bluish in color. They are superficial on the skin and you can see the veins easily, and they take out all the deoxygenated blood from the cell to the lungs for oxygenation. Inside the cell, all metabolic activities are carried out through with the burning of the oxygen in mitochondria, and then the waste carbon dioxide produced here is carried with the help of veins back to the lungs. This takes very little fraction of a time and fraction of a second, and it is always working inside our body. So if we just sum up, we can say that human or animal blood tissues are of main 5 types: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, nervous tissue, and blood tissue. So, for class 7, this much is enough for today. Please like and subscribe my channel for further informative videos in science and English. Okay.